Hello, second graders, and welcome to South Carolina. Well, really, welcome to my room in South Carolina. This is where I live for now. That's my kitchen. That's where I make some food when I don't go to the chow hall. This desk is where I do my homework because, yep, I've got homework. I'm in class down here in South Carolina, just like you're in class in South Dakota. You're learning to be awesome second graders. And I'm sure you are because you were pretty awesome when I left, and now you're probably just more awesome. While I'm down here learning how to be an Army chaplain. That's just another way of saying I'm an Army pastor. So I'm your pastor, and I'm also an Army pastor. And they're teaching me all the cool stuff I need to know to be a good Army pastor. One thing they haven't taught me that I already knew is that Skippyjon Jones is an awesome book. So I thought we could spend some time and read Skippyjon Jones together. What do you think about that? Here we go. Skippyjon Jones. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohickey's bird bath." The lecture went on and on, as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. Okay, you guys remember this part? I need your help. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a mooey, mooey, soft voice. "My name is Scapito, a Frisco, clap, clap. I fear not a single bandito, clap, clap. My manners are mellow, I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes, indeedo, clap, clap." You guys better be clapping. Gotta keep clapping. Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." In fact, Skippyjon Jones wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay caramba! Who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I'm El Scapito, the great sword fighter," said Skippyjon Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" asked Paquito Tito. "I go incognito," said Skippito. "Do you like rice and beans?" asked Pintolinto. "Si, I love mice and beans," said Skippito. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalita. Perhaps, said Tia Mia, if he knows the secret password. Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password in the Chihuahua's very large ear. Skippito! Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Skippito. Then it is true, decreed Don Diego. Yippee, yippee, yippito! It's the end of Alfredo Besito! Skippito is here! We have nothing to fear! Adios to the bad bumblebeeto! Then all the chimichangos went crazy loco! First they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. Shoo! Shoo! But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumblebeeto for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Basito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo bumblebeeto bandito. See, said Paquito Tito. The bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skippito, outraged. See, Paquito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston, baked and blue. Cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly too. And now he comes for us, Paquito added. ¿Por qué? asked Skippito. Because we are full of beans too. Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? asked Skippito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Paquito Tito. And you're the dog for the job. Me? asked Skippito. Then all the chimichangos turned towards Skippito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippito had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vámonos, Skippito, or it is you, the bandito Willito, they cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then, in his muy soft voice, he said, My name is Skippito of Frisco. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Basito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles! cried Skippito as he thrust his sword in the air. Then suddenly, pop, went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword, and quicker than one could say Chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Basito, the great bumblebeeto bandito. Then all of the doggies burst into song. Okay, second graders, again, I need you to clap. Yippee, yippee, yippito, clap, clap. Our hero's El Skippito, clap, clap. He's a dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos, clap, clap. You guys clapping? You guys keeping up? But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the Giddy Boy's room. Bangito, crashito, papito, scapito! Just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, Beanbag Doggies, and the Kitty Boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippyjon Jones! Everyone cried. Hola, muchachos, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I gonna do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but I forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones, called his mama. Buenos noches, mis amigos. And that's Skippyjon Jones. Well, I can't wait to see you guys. I miss you loads, but I'll be back very soon, and we can hang out right around Christmas. Until then, God bless you, He loves you, and I do too. Bye, second graders.